Right, good morning. Second night. Supposed to be in Canada, but, well, I guess you can't really tell the difference. This is still the US. At least I'm still out and about. And the reason why I say that is because when I went to the Canadian border to try to get into Canada, did not go so well at all. I ended up getting rejected and sent back to the U.S. And I wish it played out that smoothly. I kept on being questioned by the um, the officers who were working the border about what I'm doing, why do I have a firearm, and blah blah blah. And luckily, I disclosed to them that I did have a firearm, because if I wouldn't have, um, probably be locked up somewhere at the border in Canada, which could have easily have happened. Um, so what ended up happening was, so I went to the border and I was trying to enter, and they're like, okay, passport please. I was like, I don't have a passport. All I have is my driver's license. So I presented to the lady, and then she next asked me, okay, do you have any sort of firearm? And she just went through a list of different types of firearms, and I said yes, I have a revolver in my bike, or in my dry bag on my bike. And then she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna need you to pull over to the side over there under I don't know, part of the garage was like section number 2 or something like that. So I went over there and parked, and I had a couple officers over there waiting for me. And then they asked me where the gun was, and I told them it was in the bag, and they said okay that I needed. And then they took me into the building, and they had me sit there, and they took my information, had me empty all my pockets and backpack and everything, and asked me the same questions. Do you have anything on you? Do you have anything illegal? Do you have any firearms? What is your intent with visiting Canada? How long do you plan on being here? And then when I told them it's a firearm, they were like, what's the purpose of it? And why do you have it? And what kind is it? And where is it? So then they made me sit there, and they kept on looking around. Well, they went to my bike, and I was like, could not see what they were doing on my bike. And after sitting there for like 30 minutes, I ended up sitting next to this dude who was American as well, obviously. Well, I guess not obviously, but odds are he is American. And some younger dude with dreadlocks. And so I guess he was there for like 4 hours already. Um, and I was like, oh shit. It was like 4 hours. And then I was like, oh, why do they have you here? I was like, oh, I came here to get a work permit, and now they have me for questioning. And apparently he didn't correctly answer a question regarding um, how he received a check and from his employers from Canada while he was living in the U.S. So then they just kept on questioning him, taking more of his stuff, so then search. And but yeah, so basically after talking to him, I was like, shit, I'm gonna be here for a while, because I just said I had like nothing in my past regarding cops and stuff. And I was like, shoot, like maybe I should have mentioned I had speeding tickets on my record and stuff like that. But anyways, so after all that, it turns out that they were gonna let me go. They took my firearm, and they said I had to go and get it back on the U.S. side of the border through the officers over there. So I had to go back outside, reload my bike 'cause they took everything out and searched through it. So I had to put everything in. It took me a good minute. It's not my favorite time of the day. And then then I drive 100 yards to the different part of the border, or maybe 200 yards, and parked my bike over there. Went inside, same questioning all over again. What do you have? What's your purpose? And why were you rejected by Canada? Do you have anything on your record? Do you have anything illegal on your bike? I was like, yes, I have a firearm, I have some ammo, and have a large hunting knife and a small hand axe. They're like, do you have anything else? Because we will find you if we find anything else. So um, I was like, no, nothing. So I gave them my keys, and they went and searched my bike again while I was waiting inside the building. And this is probably after hanging out for like probably 2 hours. So it wasn't that long, but felt like longer. And then luckily that side went a little smoother, probably because they were so detailed when I was trying to get into Canada that just getting back into US wasn't too bad. But yeah, so after dealing with that, it was a huge relief knowing that I managed to get through without doing anything totally illegal, because I disclosed everything that was illegal on me, and they let me go. So as a reward to myself, I went and got a huge burger down at this place called Bob's Burgers and Brews. So I had myself a brew too, obviously. Yeah, so yeah, I wanted an adventure, and that's definitely what I got. So enjoyed it. Um, I typically don't like the cops being involved in my adventures. It's not necessarily what I go out looking for, but that's how it played out today or yesterday. So that's the update for September. Was it September 5th yesterday? That's if today's September 6th. I think today is Wednesday. So Tuesday. Yeah, so new plan. I hear a car coming. The first car. And hopefully it's not anything regarding fire. Car number one. I'm gonna say I like to spot zero cars for the most part. I've passed by until now. So good spot. Last spot, it was cars driving by because I was right off the main road like every fucking 20 minutes. And I had a nice school bus pull up right beside me. I just like, what the hell's going on here? So I hurried up and got out of that spot. I'm taking my time this morning because I actually got a full night rest last night. Um, but yeah, and so back to what I plan on doing now. I guess I'm heading east. The only thing I have in mind for sure is Yellowstone, which is east of here. Not being able to do Canada and Alaska, that took out a really large chunk of my trip, because I think Alaska round trip from the U.S. and back would have been like about 5,000 miles maybe, depending on where I ended up going. So mm, we'll see. We'll see. Got the nice sun peeking through. I guess I can't really see it. It's giving me a really nice red lighting on my face though. Good times. Good times. But yeah, so we'll see. Kind of like the idea of sticking into the U.S. because I get to see more of this country I've been living in or my whole life. To see what else is out there. Um, we'll see. Maybe I can do the 30 states for my Dirty 30. I'm on 2 so far, so I'm in second state if I count Oregon. So that makes 28 more states. It's kind of hard on the West Coast because our states are so damn large, but I have to cut inward and just start zigzagging around and start checking them off my list. Anyways, so that is the update for today. We'll see. I need to get these videos loaded.